All right, I'm with Steve Tamaro, CEO and President of the YMCA of the Inland Northwest. Today he's going to answer some questions and let us know who runs this place anyway. Steve, thanks for taking the time to do this today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Alrighty, so let's jump right in. What, if any, pet peeves do you have?
Well, I don't have many pet peeves at all, but I do think probably the biggest pet peeve I have is intolerance. I think that I'm awfully proud of the wise purpose statement that says we give everyone a safe place to learn, grow, and thrive. You know, I think the important words there are everyone and safe. I think we're a very accepting YMCA and a tolerant YMCA, and I always struggle with intolerance, a kind of internet-fueled judgment medium where we immediately make judgments, and I think there's a little bit of intolerance in that, and I struggle with that.
Okay, has your Bostonian accent ever gotten you into any kind of trouble, or has there ever been any instances where you have said one thing you believe to be true, only to have someone interpret you differently?
Yeah, I mean, when you get outside the confines of Boston, and I'm talking 100 and 120 miles, you have an accent everywhere else in the country, and we've had the opportunity to live in an awful lot of places. I think one of my great struggles presently is that on voice activation on my phone, you know, I have a GPS on the phone, and you should be able to, and most people are able to talk the address in, and it calls it up and tells you where to go. But if I were to say to the GPS 444 Park Drive, well, it doesn't understand it, and so I constantly find myself having to type in the address that I want. I think the second area that really was interesting to us, we had an opportunity to live in the South and live in Nashville, Tennessee, and when we moved there, my son, who is now a freshman in college, I believe he was in first grade, and his name is Bart. His real name is Bartlett, and that's my wife's maiden name, so he was named after my wife's maiden name. But we called him Bart, and when we got to the South and we were saying the word Bart, nobody understood it, and we literally began calling him for years by his middle name, which was Ethan. And if we went back to Tennessee today, most of those people would remember him as Ethan, although his real name is Bart.
Steve, as an East Coaster, how did you stay awake for anything during prime time, especially sports?
Yeah, I can remember early on when Monday Night Football first began, and I was just a young guy. Those games didn't begin until 9 o'clock Eastern, so it was well after midnight that those games ended. So, yeah, it was difficult, but I think your body becomes acclimated to it. We've had the opportunity to sort of come east to west. I find it difficult living here in Spokane to wake up on a Sunday morning and have a 10 o'clock game. A big Patriot fan, and I watch all of the Patriot games. Well, you know, at least half of those games they're playing at home, and it's a 10 o'clock start, unless it happens to be one of those games that is the evening game or something. But I find the reverse true. I find getting up Sunday morning 10 o'clock is just too early to watch football.
And finally, having lived in a few different cities over your career, what city have you visited, either here or abroad, that you wish you could have made your home?
Well, I think there's a couple of cities. We've had an opportunity to live a lot of places. We've visited a lot of places. I personally like Savannah, Georgia, a place that I visited. It's a beautiful seacoast town, a lot of old South charm to it. Hot and humid in the summertime, but if you can get over that, it's a beautiful city. And then I think internationally, I love the city of Hong Kong. We had an opportunity to lay over in Hong Kong. Our youngest daughter, we adopted from China about 11 years ago, and both going to and from, we laid over in Hong Kong, and it's just this beautiful, vibrant city. It's safe, there's a lot of activity all day and evening, and it's just an interesting place, and so I could see myself living there as well.
All right, Steve, well, that's all the questions we have for you today. Again, our CEO and President of the YMCA of the Inland Northwest, thanks again.
Thank you.